video about Helm, the package manager for Kubernetes. This video is going to look at how Helm works inside of its software for those of you who are interested in that. And for those of you who want to learn how to contribute to Helm, you'll be able to navigate the source code in order to do so. Now, Helm, as you can see here on the GitHub page for Helm at github.com/helm/helm, is written in the Go programming language. And you can see the source code here. At the top level, you only have the Go mod and Go sum files, which are for dependencies, and the rest of the source is in subdirectories. The first two directories you'll see are for the Circle CI and GitHub are the directories that have the configuration for things like continuous integration testing, issue templates, and things of that nature. The next directory is the command directory, and inside of that is the Helm directory, and that's where the Helm client, the Helm binary that you run, the source for that is. The internal directory that you see after that is for source code that's not exported to be imported by others and is not part of the command application. This is where we store certain features we'll cover in a minute. The package directory contains a Helm library that others can import and use. In fact, this library is imported and used by the Helm client application, but this is a Helm client package that other applications can build upon. The scripts directory holds scripts that are used as far as building and linting and things like that. And test data holds what its name says, test data. Some other things you might notice here are makefile, which has the make commands that are used when building and linting and testing. And this is portable across environments where make will work. And owners file that lists the GitHub handles for the maintainers of the Helm client, the code of conduct, a guide on contributing, a keys file which contains the public keys that Helm releases can be checked against for PGP, and the license file. Now we can start by going and taking a look inside of the command directory, and it's going to jump us right inside of the Helm directory. And what you'll see here are files for different things. Most of the Helm commands you'll see have an individual file. So for example, if you're going to run the Helm dependency command and Helm dependency build, the source code for that will be in the dependency_build.go file. And the tests for the client will be in the corresponding file that has tests in it. And each of the commands that you use at the command line tend to have their own files. There is the get commands, the Helm history command, the lint command. This is the entry point for each of those commands and what they do. Now there are two special files in here that are different from that. One is the helm.go, and this is where the main function is at that starts everything off. And then there is the root file, and this contains the root command that all the other subcommands are built off of. Then we'll go take a look inside of internal quickly. And inside of internal, you can see a number of things that are specific to Helm that we intentionally don't export. We have our experimental code. One of the things Helm has is experiments that are not covered by the Semver API compliance. It's where we can test things out, iterate on them, and grow them in things that take more than a pull request. And the experiment we have here today is the registry. It also has some utilities that we intentionally don't export, or things that we've pulled in from third parties because they were appropriate to pull in as third parties. We also have integration with things such as the Monocular API for just the things that are used for, in this case, talking to what used to be Monocular and is now the Artifact Hub. And so some of these things were not meant for others. They're not ready, and we may change them over time. And so they sit inside of the internal directory. The package directory is where you'll see lots of the functionality. There's the action package, chart util, CLI. We'll cover all of these in a future video, but these are meant to be a library that other applications can import. And as you look through the Helm client code that ends up being in the binary, you'll see it imports and it uses these packages, which provide reference implementations for others. And then there's scripts, and inside of scripts you'll see things like release notes generation, the get Helm 3 and get scripts, and these are the things you might use with the curl bash interface. And we've got validation of licenses. We have license headers. That's where some of these utility functions are at. And that's the basic layout of the Helm source code. In future videos, we will dig into more of these parts to help you understand what's going on under the hood.